Hello and welcome to God and Country. Hope you guys are doing well today. There's a lot that I want to talk about, and we have been talking a lot about this particular subject over the last several weeks, and we're going to continue to push and continue to talk about these things because I believe it is so important, and there are just so many misinformed people in our great nation. But first, I want to say thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already followed or subscribed to our channel, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're watching, I would encourage you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and that would really help us as well. Also, if you haven't already seen, we have started a new Facebook page. It's going to be actually a pack that we're going to be launching, helping conservatives in 2027. It's called the Apple Cart Pack, and I would encourage you to go and like that Facebook page and begin to follow. Now, the pack is not active. It will be active, especially going into 2027. I want to talk about this one particular subject. As you see Muslims moving in and I hate to say this, but they are taking over, the Democrat Party. Now, whenever it looks at, as far as whenever you look at the Republican Party and you look at the Democrat Party and you see that, I don't see the movement as far as the Muslims in the Republican Party like I see in the Democrat Party. And there's reasons for that. There's reasons why the Muslims are not taking over or infiltrating the Republican Party like they are the Democrat Party. And one of the main reasons is because the Republican Party, the platform, is built upon Christian principles. And so whenever you have a platform that is built upon those principles, and you have a platform that is not built upon those principles, it's a lot easier to take over that party like the Democrat Party. And so whenever you're pro-choice and whenever you're anti everything that God and the Bible is for, it's a lot easier for a religion that is anti-God, anti-Bible. It is a lot easier for that religion to take over. And so that's why you see the Muslims taking over in large part of the Democrat Party. They won like 89 different elections. And you look at elections all over and you see where the Muslims are taking over and winning Democrat primaries and then even winning the general election. And so to me, that is very disturbing. To see that not only are they winning Democrat elections, but they're winning in the general election. And so, but we better be paying attention, to what's happening here in our country. And so, and that's what I want to talk a little bit about today as far as these Muslims that are coming in and trying to take over, and they are taking over. So let's look at Sharia versus the Constitution. Sharia is a religious law, is what Sharia is. It is religion rules the land. Sharia, that's what it stands for. It would be Islam would be the rule. It would be the law of the land. Sharia would be the law of the land. The Constitution is a rule of law. Now, I've come under attack from a lot of different people saying, why won't I attack, certain faiths? And I don't attack any faiths. Really, I just put out the facts. And the facts is Muslims do not want to coexist with Christians. Muslims do not want to coexist with any religion. Muslims want to take over. Muslims want to convert you. And if they don't convert you, then you either have to pay a tax or they'll get rid of you. That's plain and simple. That is coming from their Quran. That is coming from their, what they call their religious book. And so whenever you look at me particular, I don't want any religion ruling the land. I want the Constitution. And I was talking to someone the other day, and I was trying to explain this to them, about, the Bible, the Constitution. Listen, I believe the Bible totally, but I cannot force my religious beliefs on anyone. I cannot make anyone believe what I believe. Now, I can try to explain to them and talk to them and communicate with them, but I cannot force them to convert to what I believe. They have a right just like I have a right. But whenever you look at Sharia law and you look at Muslims, that is not what they believe. They believe that Islam, or they believe that Sharia should be the law of the land. I believe that is the Constitution. The Constitution is the law of the land. It's very simple. Sharia, they have one set of laws. One set of laws for everyone. And you're going to abide by, I'm talking about religious, and you're going to abide by this religious law. The Constitution, it's equal. It's equal. Every man, every woman can worship God however they seem fit. You can choose to worship God or you can choose not to worship God. Matter of fact, you can worship whatever you want to worship. As long as you're not infringing on someone else's rights and hurting someone else, you can worship whatever you want to worship. Now, I believe you're wrong. I believe there's one true God, Jesus Christ, came, died on the cross, shed his blood, rose again on the third day. But under Sharia law, you will have to abide by their religion. That's what they believe. And so as far as the Constitution is concerned, it's equal. It's equal. Everyone can worship whomever they want to worship as long as they're not infringing or hurting someone else. Under Sharia, they have their religious authority. They are the authority. Under Sharia, they are the authority. And under what I believe, Christian faith, we believe that the Constitution, of course we have our Bible, but we believe the Constitution is the law of the land. And so that's important for us to understand. They have punishment for leaving Islam. If you leave Islam, there's punishment. Yeah, punishment. You'll be punished. But whenever it comes to the Constitution, whenever it comes to you and I, we believe that we have freedom of religion. I have people leave my church all the time. I can't go hunt them down and punish them. But if you leave Sharia law, they're going to hunt you down and they're going to punish you. Absolutely, they're going to punish you. Then, whenever it comes to minorities, whenever it comes to women, they have things that they cannot do. They have clothing that they must wear. I mean, it is unbelievable at the laws and the rules that they have for them. But under the Constitution, women there's protection for women, there's protection for minorities, there's protections for everyone, but not under Sharia. I want you to watch this video. This video is very important. I want you to watch this, and I want you to understand exactly what this woman is saying. Listen to this.
I want to ask the Marxist students screaming death to America. Do you have any idea what happens when American values die? I want to ask the Marxist students screaming death to America. Do you have any idea what happens when American values die? Because I do. My family fled a country where freedom died. You don't know what you have until it's gone. You think America is oppressive because you have never experienced real oppression. You think silence is violence because you've never been silenced. You think words are dangerous because you have never watched a government drag someone away for speaking them. You think capitalism is evil because you have never stood in a bread line. You think borders are immoral because you have never had to flee across one. And you think revolution is romantic because you have never had a revolution take everything from you. I have. And that's why I refuse to be quiet.
Wow. Wow, did you just watch that? She said, I want you to look at this again. Listen to this last part. Okay, listen to this last part where she said, I refuse to be quiet. Well, I'm gonna cut it on it, and then I'm gonna rewind it, and so I want you to watch this.
I want to ask the Marxist students screaming death to America. I have. And that's why I refuse to be quiet.
Listen to that. She said, that's why I refuse to be quiet. Wow. Wow, that's strong. Now watch this. Watch this. Watch this guy.
Islam did not come to coexist. Islam is raised high and nothing is raised above Islam. We can't think of Islam that it came to live with these other religions in the sense that Islam is a religion amongst those religions and they have a share with the truth. Islam came to remove the oppression of all those religions, and it is the only truth and it is the only way to justice.
Yeah, did you just listen to that? The hope of America. The hope of America. It's for you and I to be informed. It's for you and I to be telling everybody we can about the religion of Islam and the direction that it wants to bring this nation. We're going to be talking about this a lot over the next couple of months, years, because I believe that the Muslims are here to stay. The hope of America, I've said it all the time, the hope of America is a church. Get involved in your church. Get involved in reaching people. Get involved in educating people everywhere you can to make sure that this nation does not turn to the religion of Islam and Sharia takes hold. I mean, I'm already seeing it in parts in Florida, Dearborn, Michigan. I'm already seeing other parts where Muslims and Islam is taking over. And if we're not careful, it'll take over right here. It'll take hold just like it's done in Europe, and it's destroying Europe. Now, they're starting to push back, and they're starting to fight, try to take their nation back. But it's a whole lot harder. It's a whole lot easier to keep something than it is to try to fight to take something back. So let's keep pushing. Let's keep educating, and let's keep fighting for America. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the great United States of America.